What's up, YouTube? DeFi Generate here again, another video. And today I'm here to talk to you about the Bitcoin bear market. Is it back? Is Bitcoin going to zero? And what am I planning to do from here on out? So the reason why I'm making this video, as you might know, Bitcoin had a little bit of a correction this last week. For the last week and a half or 2 weeks, Bitcoin was looking like a stable coin at around 29,000 to 30,000. It was trading in that range for a good amount of time for a very volatile, typically volatile asset. However, on Wednesday or Thursday or whenever it was, it fell like 10%, just like in an instant. There was a long liquidation, it was a long squeeze, and a ton of leveraged folks that were holding Bitcoin at 10x leverage, 20x leverage, 100x leverage, just all got smoked. They totally got margin called, and it caused a whole sell-off cascade event. And the reason for why this happened is not quite clear. I've heard rumors about SpaceX selling $363 million in Bitcoin, but I don't understand why anybody would really care if Elon Musk sold any of his Bitcoin. I've always said that Elon Musk is an idiot, and he's a net negative for the space. He pumps Doge when he holds it, and then when he sells it, he takes your money and he runs with it, even though he's already some rich asshole. But that's that then. But Bitcoin is beyond Elon Musk. If it came out and it said that he sold all of his Bitcoin, I really couldn't care less. It would not make me want to sell my Bitcoin, because Bitcoin truly is the superior asset, and it's an asset that, not financial advice, people should be holding on to for reasons that surpass just pure price speculation and number go up technology. So, are we heading towards a bear market? We've been in a bear market for a while now. There was a sustained uptrend for a little bit, where Bitcoin this year started at like 16,000, where I was buying at 16,000, and it went, straight up from there to like $31,000. But then it kind of, consolidated, and it got slow, and it became stable for a little bit, and now we got this boom, just death, just pure death that occurred. But that's totally normal. I've seen a lot of data that suggests that the pre-halving year, which is this year, considering there's a halving next year in March or April, where there's a lot of fear in the market. There's always some kind of a scare. People sell their Bitcoin. So bear market, not necessarily. I don't think that we're in a bear market, and I don't think that we're going to be in a bear market for long. However, I do think that the price of Bitcoin could continue to fall. It could stay where it is. Hell, it could even go back up. There could be a bounce. It could, go back above its 20-week SMA, because right now it's below it. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. The entire point of me doing this channel and talking about Bitcoin is that the price of the price action of Bitcoin, don't know, don't care, couldn't care less, honestly, about where the price of Bitcoin is going. It's just about accumulating as much as you can while it's cheap. Like right now, this is a great day to buy Bitcoin. $26,000 Bitcoin is fantastic. I wish that I could be accumulating Bitcoin more so at this price than I was at 30,000. Yes, absolutely. But this is your chance. If you want to buy Bitcoin, I don't see why this would be a bad time to do it. It could go down. You could get Bitcoin at a cheaper price, let's say like 23,000. It could go down to that. It could go down to 25. You have to keep that in mind. If you're buying Bitcoin, you need to be prepared for all sorts of price volatility, both to the upside and especially to the downside. You just need to prepare for anything. So, is Bitcoin going to zero? No, I don't think Bitcoin is going to zero. It could. I'm not saying that there's not a zero. I wouldn't say that there's a 0% chance that Bitcoin is going to zero, but because of all the fundamentals of Bitcoin and my fundamental analysis that I do in my previous videos that you guys should check out, I don't think it's going to zero. There's just too much use case for Bitcoin. It's more than number go up technology. It's actually owning something. How many things in your life can you truly own? Bitcoin is really the only thing that you can really own. Everything is under control of some sort of other owner, if you catch my drift. but you hold your own Bitcoin. You don't even hold your own money in the bank. We saw what happened with Silicon Valley Bank, Silvergate, First Republic Bank, you name it. Even all the banks that are still up, like they could have the same thing happen to them, where people they perform a bank run. They're like, I want my money now, and this cascade happens, and then they're like, oh f, we don't have any money. We can't give anybody their money back, and then we have another problem. This can't happen on Bitcoin. It just can't. It's impossible because you actually hold your own Bitcoin. They're not, leveraging your money on the side and going underwater and T-bills and government bonds and all this stupid stuff. It's just not going to happen. So fundamentally, Bitcoin is here to stay, and that's the reason why I'm in it, and it's why I'm unconcerned with the recent pullback in price. I wish that I had more dry powder on the side. I do have dry powder on the side, but um, it's always better to buy it cheap. So why not buy right now? Why not get a little bit more skin in the game? Especially if you are a Bitcoiner. If you're considering getting into Bitcoin, the best days to buy are just blood on the street days like this. So there you go. Uh, I don't think Bitcoin's going to zero. I don't think we're going to go into another bear market. I don't think there's enough time even to have a full sustained bear market, because the halving is going to happen in like 6 months. So you just gotta prepare for that. So accumulate throughout this red time and this fear, because the greed will come back. And all you gotta do is wait. If when you buy Bitcoin, you should say, I'm putting this away for at least 5 years, at least. That way you are not too attached to the money, and you're like, oh, I don't need this right now. Don't put money into Bitcoin that you need a week from now. It's just not smart. Don't do it with Bitcoin. Don't do it with any asset, really. Um, that's all I gotta say about that. So everybody stay cool, stay calm, stay collected, and Bitcoin is just gonna do what it does. There's real use case to it. It's not going to zero, and any of the FUD that you see, especially from idiots like Elon Musk or any sort of rich person, it doesn't matter. If they sell their Bitcoin to you, that's a good thing. We're getting their Bitcoin. So I encourage all billionaires to sell their Bitcoin because I want it. So take that as you will. If you like the content, I just want to say, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. I put out videos like this every week where I talk about Bitcoin fundamentally and why it's needed and why perpetually it's going to only go up over time. It's sort of programmed to go up. And now we're going to move on to the studio audience question. So today's question is, do you prefer, when you're making cocktails, to shake the drink or stir it? Technically, I think that shaking the drink is the best way to do it. This is just my opinion. But you've heard the term shaking the gin bruises it, but stirring it keeps it, unbruised and all that good stuff. I like to bruise drinks. I like to get water in them. It makes it cool down way quicker. And I like to loosen it up. It's good to have a little bit of a loosey-goosey drink. Sometimes, it could just when you stir a drink, I just don't think that it does as good of a job. But shaking drinks, I always shake my drink. Margaritas, mojitos, daiquiris, strawberry daiquiris, Hemingway daiquiris. I make a whole lot of drinks. Even Moscow mules, love them. So that's the studio audience question for today: stirring drinks or shaking drinks? DeFi Generate likes to shake his drinks, but let me know in the comments if you like to shake your drinks or stir them. And also leave me a question so that I can take questions from the audience. Technically, I've only taken questions from our studio audience in the back. But thank you everyone for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.